Well, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the American SimRacing League's Elite Series live tonight at Martinsville Speedway. That's right, Martinsville 200 right here at Martinsville Speedway. The 1 mile paperclip in Virginia. They're going to do battle here tonight, and it's going to be a battle because I believe tonight's the night we're going to decide which four race for a championship at Homestead next week. So, man, this one is going to be a good one. Absolutely. That is absolutely correct. So, we're going to have our final four after tonight. We're going to pick them out of 8 drivers. And I'm going to tell you exactly who those 8 drivers are in just a moment. I have to pull all that information up, so it'll take me a minute, but we'll tell you who the 8 drivers are that are racing for the 4 spots tonight. I'm going to tell you who the 2 drivers are that are also locked in to the top 4 spots. So one of those drivers locked in via a win a couple of weeks ago, the 24 machine of Bentley Glacier. And who do we got on the track? We got Levi Poland, but we got this guy. He's one of your 8. That's going to be Jeff Yenish. He's 28 points looking out right now. So the 89 car is going to have to find the speed to get up there to the front, try to snag a win away if he wants to race for a championship at Homestead Speedway. So we're going to go a little further into this. So you got Bentley Glacier locked in via win. Steve Yenish, at 27, also locked in via win. You got Justin Gann, who's 19 points to the good. He's tied with Jesse Bunnell. So those two are tied 3rd and 4th in the points coming into Martinsville tonight. So a good run for either one of those two. Might be able to lock one of those guys in with if they can win, they'll lock in. But one of these 2 guys, or even both of them, could get in via points. So we're going to have to wait and see on that. Johnny Avila. He's 19 back, almost a must-win for the 63 car. And like we said, you got Jeff Yenish, you got Hunter Waters in the 7. He's going to be probably a must-win here tonight. And Joseph McWhorter in the 73 car. The thing about it, the must-wins are capable of winning. That's the and at Martinsville, the paperclip, we don't know who the fast one's going to be yet. There's so many names here. There's so many great drivers, so it's really hard to figure it out, and that's why you're going to have to stay tuned until we get that. But we're going to end qualifying and go into the warm-up session here, and I'm going to try to find an interview. And probably I'm just going to get one of the chase drivers in here to get a pre-race interview with. And I think I'm going to go just outside of the top 4 in points and maybe pull in someone like Johnny Avila, maybe Hunter Waters. So we'll see. We're gonna pick one of those guys to talk to during the warm up right here. And actually, I know I got a better one yet. We'll get our camera straightened up here as you see the drivers getting out there. This is a warm up session, so they're going to line up 2 by 2, just like they're going to start the race here tonight at Martinsville. But I'm going to unmute my mic on Discord. I'm going to go down here and find a driver. When I say that, I'm going to say that lightly. I thought I might find a driver, but not seeing who I was looking for, so we're going to go with someone else here. Johnny Avila, driver of the 63 car. You got a copy, buddy? Johnny Avila, you got a copy?
Hello?
Hey, I got you, man. How are you doing?
Good. I just came back from putting my laundry in the dryer.
You got to take care of that, no doubt. You ready to do battle here at Martinsville tonight?
No. This is one of my worst tracks. I was
Oh,
kind of
that's not good.
hoping. The first two races would have been good enough for me to seal the deal, but due to some unfortunate circumstances, I got to try and win this thing.
Yeah, and I know you're one of the fast guys, and I've seen you fast at multiple tracks, but you don't sound as confident at Martinsville, which is kind of surprising to me.
Yeah, I'm not a short track guy, so I'm gonna give it everything I got. You can count on that at least.
Absolutely, and that's what we're looking forward to. I mean, we know, and you know better than I do about the competition that's out there week in and week out, and even here at Martinsville tonight. So,
Yeah, I've been trying to pick my teammate's brain, Jesse, because he's amazing on short tracks. He qualified really well today, so hopefully I can learn some things as the race goes on from him.
well, I'm hoping for you too, buddy. I mean, you've had such a stellar season, and I'd really like to see you make it to Homestead Racing for a championship.
Me too. I appreciate the kind words.
Yep. So as always, we're going to wish you the best of luck, and sometimes it's good luck to get a pre-race interview.
I'm hoping that's the case. Be my little lucky charm today.
There you go. You take that pre-race interview to Victory Lane, and next thing you know, we'll be interviewing you in Homestead next week again.
Thanks, buddy.
Johnny, I want to talk to you again after this race, man. I want you to go out there and give it everything you got and put on
Hopefully I hear your voice soon.
All righty, man. Put on a show when you're out there. Johnny Avila, right there, driver of the 63 car. And, man, I was hoping to hear a little bit more in the confidence in his voice there. But we didn't. But I think he's still going to be fast nonetheless. I mean, I'm not – he's a driver I certainly wouldn't count out. And I wouldn't count none of the 8 out. I mean, you talk about these 8 drivers racing for the championship. Any one of them are capable of sneaking in a win right here at Martinsville Speedway. So with that the case, who's going to win it and lock themselves in? Or perhaps 2 guys can get in on points because – the 24 or the 27 car go to Victory Lane. So one of those 2 guys could lock these guys in on points. So it's just we're going to have to wait and find out. If you got a good, comfortable seat, I hope you got a drink because you're going to need it. And we're gonna get to doing some racing here pretty shortly. And it will be a ton of fun, no doubt about it. It'll be a great broadcast, because these guys are going to put on a great show for you. I'll try to, but, I'm the mediocre guy sometimes, so we're going to get it out like we're going to do this professional tonight. We'll do it more professional. How's that? No one in the booth with me. You got Vern in the booth tonight once again, so don't have any help. Just watching these guys do their warm-up session. Right around 5 minutes left in that, and we're going to keep an eye on some of these guys here. The 63, we talked to him, so let's see what he's got right here in this short warm-up session. He's got the 72 right in front of him. That's Jerry Cochran III driving that car. So you see the 5 of Gary May. Oh, Todd Cray around right there. Gann in trouble, 19. Dwayne Hunt, so a few cars tangled up, but look at that. The 63 made it through it. He's right here with the 52, and I believe it might be at the front of the mix. Jesse, Amy, welcome to the stream, and yes, absolutely good luck to both those drivers. Good luck to Todd Cray. 21 car, definitely the 73 of Joe McWhorter there, and this guy is racing. He's got to get a win here if he's going to lock himself into the Final Four in Homestead next week. So he's another driver I'm wishing the best of luck to. And we got 3 minutes and 52 seconds left. But I couldn't find him in Discord. That was actually my pre-race interview I wanted. And I didn't see him in Discord. So, yeah, we can't get that pre-race interview in, unfortunately. But nonetheless, they're going to get them stacked up right here with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in this warm-up session. And we're going to see it happen again. I am going to talk to another driver, though. Jesse Bunnell, Vern Bradley in the broadcast booth. Got a copy, buddy?
Sure do, man.
Man, I heard you were the short track ace. Your teammate told on you.
Yeah, we'll see, man. It's gonna be a long night, but mission accomplished so far. That's for sure. Tried to set some goals tonight, and the first one was get the pole, so we got that part done.
Well, how's that 96 car feel, though? I mean, how do you feel like? Have you been able to test any long runs in it to see how it did?
Yeah, we ran 30, 40 laps in it, and it feels pretty good. I think tires are going to go away. The feel of them, anyway, I think is going to go away. Coming up off the corner is going to be key, trying to keep the rear tires on it. So hopefully we can get out front and maintain the pace we want to run and stay there for a while and see how it shakes out.
Yeah, you're sitting pretty good in points, but I just want to give the fans a little bit of insight of what's going on in your mind in regards to Homestead tonight.
Well, I mean, we just got to get there. You know what I mean? We're looking good right now, but like I said, this is a long race. It's kind of a wild card. I'm sure we're going to have a bunch of cautions tonight. Key is to just stay out front and stay out of that mess. So
Good job.
we'll see how it goes.
There you go. And, I mean, I couldn't have put it better in the booth. That's why I had to ask you there. But I've had you in the booth before. And it's kind of funny because I believe the last time I had you in a booth, you weren't as confident, but you still brought it home second. So I'm looking forward to see what happens here tonight, Jesse.
Yeah, man, every time we talk to you before the race, it ends up pretty good. So Johnny said you talked to him, and I was like, oh, no, man, I hope he talks to me. So that's good. That's a good luck charm, buddy. I
had just enough time up here, and I'm like, I need to talk to another one of these guys. So I seen you down there, and we've had great conversations in here on the pre-race, and you went out and had great races. And tonight's going to be no different, man, and I'm confident you're going to be one of the 4 guys racing for a championship in Homestead. So you go out there and you take care of business, buddy.
You got it, man. I appreciate it, and hopefully we're talking to you at the end of this thing.
Yeah, you want to give a shout-out to anyone?
Yeah, I want to say hi to everyone watching, my wife Amanda, my mom, aunt and uncle, Mike and Kathy. I want to say hi to them, and hopefully we can bring this home one piece and get it done and get our ticket to Homestead for the championship next week.
Well, you proved yourself to us, buddy, so go out there and take care of it tonight, and we'll talk to you after the race.
Sounds good, man. Thank you.
All right, have a good race.
Thanks.
Right there, driver of the 96, Jesse Bunnell. He's looking pretty good in points. He's 19 up on 5th place. So it's possible he could point in, but I'll tell you what, I haven't revealed it yet. You might be looking at the ticker on the top. That guy's a hot rod tonight. I have no doubt about it. But this driver here, I'm watching the 63 and the 73. These 2 guys are outside of that top 4. They're looking in. They can't really point their way in. They got to get up there and wrestle a win away. And we know they're both capable of it when you talk about the 73 car right here. Joseph McWhorter, 63, Johnny Avila. We've seen them both in victory lane before. And this is a tough field, but guess what? It is that time. We're going to line them up right here. Love it. Favorite part of the whole stream for me. Let's go ahead and get your starting grid out. We're going to start right up front here. Get our cameras fixed a little bit better, and here we go. Starting P1 and qualifying. We just had him in the booth. That's right. He should be confident because he's fast, 96. Jesse Bunnell to his outside in second, though. Jesse will be happy about this one. The 21 of Todd Cray starting P2 tonight. Starting third on the field, 19 car, Dwayne Hunt. We've seen him fast on a short track before. And I don't think Martinsville is going to be any different. You go to his outside in fourth, though. Guy trying to race himself in. That's right. 73, Joseph McWhorter starting fourth. Back in fifth, we talked to him pre-race. That's going to be Johnny Avila in the 63 car. Into his outside in sixth, you're going to get Adam Matz driving a 9 machine. Starting seventh tonight, Jason Day in the 52. Into his outside in eighth, that's going to be the 11 of Tyler Seville. Ninth tonight, Jerry Cochran, the third, driving the number 72 machine. Into his outside in 10th, Bentley Glacier in the 24 car. That driver's already locked in. Let's go back here to the 10th position. You're going to find Charlie Woods in the 40. Actually, 11th is going to be Charlie Woods in the 40, and his outside. And 12th and 91 of Levi Poland. 13th and 9th, 89 of Jeff Yenish trying to race his way in. And starting 14th, the 5-car, Gary May. Patrick DeSaliner in the 93 will be 15th, and his outside. And 16th will be Bailey Dutton in the 26. Justin Gann, 30 cars, starting 17th to his outside. And 18th, Ray Polking in the 46. 19th is going to be the 27 of Steve Yenish, and 20th is the 75 of Chuck Sweeting. And that's all I got for you for your grid tonight. And we're waiting for a green flag here in Martinsville with the American Sim Racing League Elite Series. We're green flag and racing. Right up at the front of the field, and the 73 isn't wasting any time, buddy. Joseph McWhorter shooting right to the front. The guy sitting 8th place in points right now. You can see what type of determination that driver has. He didn't waste any time getting to the front of the field. Right behind him, a guy that looks pretty good in points, but I'll tell you, if the 73 wins, then that could put him in a point battle with the number 30 car, Justin Gann. So, and McWhorter looking real good in that 73 early on. It's only lap 2, but he's looking good early on. We're looking at the pole sitter right there, Jesse Bennell in the 96 car. He's got Adam Matz, another guy that I think could make a little noise here at Martinsville is that 9 machine. These are tracks that Adam Matz seems to like the short tracks. He does really well on them. And I would say Martinsville would be no different tonight. He's going to be one to keep an eye on. 19 car Dwayne Hunt, no different. Back and forth, another strong competitor. These are kind of the tracks that I figured would fit, in that driver's wheelhouse, as they say. And he's showing it so far. But let's keep an eye on this driver. And I want to especially keep an eye on the 63 car in the long run, because he's one of the best long-run drivers I have seen. And if he's capable of doing that at Martinsville tonight, we don't see a ton of caution flags, Johnny Avila is going to be somebody to reckon with. 72 of Jerry Cochran right here in the 7th position right now. I'm going to cover your top 10 this way. We'll do a through the field later on in the run here. Let's let a few laps shake out first. We go back to 8th. You're going to find the 11 car. Tyler Seville right here. And in 9th, that driver, he punched his ticket to Homestead. Driver of the 24, Bentley Glacier. So he's going. If he gets up there and win it, then 2 drivers can point their way in. And then rounding out the top 10, the 91 right here of Levi Poland. We're early on, lap 7 of 200 here in Martinsville. Your leader currently is the number 73 car of Joseph McWhorter. And I don't know why our ticker's not working, but we'll take it to the side rail right there. That'll give you a little better understanding of where people are at. Martinsville's different. You got to be good at braking here. You got to know the line. I mean, short tracks take a lot of consistency is the best way to put it. And what I mean by consistency is knowing where to brake and how hard to brake at each end of the racetrack, because each end is different. It is a paper clip, and one set of turns is tighter than the other set. That's the best way to put it. Fun track to race. If you're good here, you're good here. And if you're not real good at Martinsville, you're just not real good at it. I mean, short track racing is that way. And I can tell you, a driver not having any problems 11 laps in is that leader right there in the 73 car. Still got Bennell back here in second, but I'll tell you, Jesse Bennell in that 96 he's got a little pressure from the 9 of Adam Matz. Matz is definitely there. He's knocking on the door. I don't think he's putting a ton of pressure on him right now. But that 9 car is matching him lap for lap here. So we'll have to keep an eye on the 73 and how long he can keep that speed up. But I'm looking, and he's really close. I mean, this top 5 is really, really close on lap times. So that's what's going to make Martinsville so interesting tonight. This group of drivers, they're very good about not bringing out caution flags. And it is not surprising if we watch a short track race here with less than 2 cautions, to be honest with you. So that could happen. I'm going to look at a couple other guys back here in 13th and 14th. 89 car, Jeff Yenish. He needs to win it to get in it. I mean, he needs to go up there and snatch a win away if he's going to race for a championship at Homestead. That's his best way to get in. And Justin Gann looking pretty good on points, but if someone like McWhorter could win and Bunnell finishes second, Gann might be the 5th place guy when we go to Homestead next week. So, likewise, Bunnell could be. I mean, it could go either way. And that's why it's important to try to do the best you can. You see Todd Cray right there in the 21 car, sitting 15th right now. This is a great start to the race, no doubt about it. 17 laps in. I seen a guy back there, I believe it might be the 27. Looked like he got a little loose off that last corner. We'll keep an eye on him for about a lap or two here. He's sitting back in the 17th position right now, so let's watch that 27 car, see if I was right, and he is getting a little loose. No surprising. Sometimes you put the power down right here at Martinsville off the corner, and those back tires don't want to stick. And when they don't, well, then they want to go sideways on you. And I don't know. Bad things happen from there. We'll just leave it at that. He's putting a lot of pressure, though. He's got the 93 at DeSalinier in front of him. It's like DeSalinier's getting down the straightaway pretty good, but he's backing the corner up, and he's letting that 27 get right to the back bumper. And you're going to see a lot of back bumpers bent in here tonight, and I'm going to show you that in a second. Oh, yeah. So somebody has definitely imprinted the front of their car on the back of this machine. But you're going to see a lot of that on a short track, and especially at Martinsville. So we'll get different camera views going for you. Hopefully we give your favorite driver enough airtime. That's what it's all about. We want to showcase all these drivers, especially your top 8, the guys racing for championship. Because this is it. I mean, if you're going to lock yourself in the Final Four and race for a championship next week at Homestead, it's going to happen tonight at Martinsville. We will have a stage break, and I'm going to look and see when we'll have it, but we're going to have that stage break. Lap 60. So we're about a third of the way there. So lap 60 will have a stage break. They can go approximately 150 laps per tank of fuel here. There'll be 3 green-white checker attempts if we need them. And besides that set of tires they're on right now that they started with, they're going to have 3 extra sets. So I don't think tires are going to be an issue here at Martinsville Speedway tonight. Get all this stuff cleared out of my phone so I can get back to what I was looking at. Oh, what is all this? You can hear how much these drivers slow down, and I'm going to show you that in just a second. We're going to go up front. McWhorter's still leading away, and he's 1.5 seconds up right now. But you see Bunnell holding his own back there, so let's go on board. You want to take a lap around Martinsville? Let's go on board with none other than your race leader right here. Joseph McWhorter, driving a 73 machine. We'll let him show us how he gets around here. Car's tight in the center of the corner. You watch that red tape in the middle of the steering wheel and watch how far left it goes. Oh, yeah, it's clearly at the 9 o'clock position, so he's putting a lot of wheel in it right at the center of the corner, which is no surprise. Let's take a look at Bunnell here, the 96 car. Let's see the difference in his style of driving, and he's got just as much wheel in this thing. I'm looking at 4th place right now, and I'm going to go on board with this driver. He didn't sound a ton confident, but I'm telling you, on a long run here, the guy's going to be fast. We're not going to waste any more time. Jump on board with the driver of the 63 car. Ooh, he's driving it in there. You don't think he ain't willing that car. When you see the back end want to come around driving off into the corner, you know how hard. He's waiting late to brake, and he's charging the corners here. I mean, this guy is, I'm looking at his lap times, and I can tell you he's fast. He gets around the 9 car, and he might be a force to be reckoned with. And he's certainly going to be one before we're done here tonight. So lap 30 of 200 right now on board with the 63 of Johnny Avila. And I'll tell you, there's been a couple drivers I've done pre-race in right there when you seen that wheel go to the right on corner entry. Man, that's a hard way to drive that thing in the corner. But when you got guys as talented as this, they make it look easy. Let's find some of your favorite guys or drivers here. On board with the 21 of Todd Cray back here in the 14th position. Somebody's scraping a wall right there in front of him. That's the 91 car. He got in the wall a couple times, and I believe Cray's going to be behind the 30 of Justin Gann. And Gann's going to go battling with that 91 of Levi Poland right now. So this is right around your top 10. I mean, just outside your top 10, and the 91's in the wall again. We're going to switch our camera views and take a look at that. That driver, he's running the high side of the racetrack. And I've seen him contact that outside wall, not real hard. I mean, light contact a couple of times. He's going to get back to the bottom of the track now. Oh, and he's sideways off the corner. Man, that driver was dirt tracking it for sure. Oh, and he's in that outside wall again. This is one of those tracks that you get it or you don't. The 91, as these tires start to wear, lap 35. Oh, 27 car now. He's going to make a little contact with the outside wall. Wow. Looked like Charlie Wood might try to get a position on that 91, but he's not going to, and he almost got the 27 in the back end there. These guys, when they're racing this close together on a short track, these cars don't have brake lights on them. So you got to try to judge when that guy in front of you is braking to get into the corner, and sometimes you misjudge it. And when you miss it, you miss it. And that's when yellow flags can fly, but we're 37 laps into this thing, and these drivers are doing a great job. 2.4 seconds, the advantage between first and second, and a lap car in between them. That's going to be the 5 car, the gentleman, Gary May, right here. Gary May looked pretty good in that warm-up session. But he's going to find himself a lap down early on here. There's Hunter Waters. How you doing, buddy? So you didn't make the race tonight, but in here to support the teammates, man. That is awesome. Hate that you didn't make that you're not out there, though. And your teammates are looking pretty good. Starting with this guy right here, the 96 of Jesse Bunnell. Another teammate looking really good. This driver, 63 of Johnny Avila. We're 40 laps in. I guess we're clean and green because we haven't had a caution flag. And let's not jinx it. We'll knock on the wood here. Got to knock on the wood so we don't jinx it. Let's see if I can get the ticker to work again. Oh, there we go. So we got the top ticker working. McWhorter stretching this thing out. You can see it on that ticker on the top. 2.7 seconds now. We got a car in the inside wall. It looked like it was a 40 machine. And I don't know if that's going to bring out a yellow flag or not. He was down at the bottom of the track, so there's a possibility that it does not bring out a yellow flag. And I don't know why in the heck my timing and scoring's not working. Nope. 40 car is going to get to pit road, so we are going to back it up, though, and see what happened to that driver. Let's see what put the 40 car into the, sideways right here. Ooh, a little bit of help, too. He's going to park it down there on the bottom momentarily, but he gets it back going in the right direction, takes it to pit road, and that's where he's currently at right now. So that'll probably be a 4-tire stop for him on lap 44. And we will have a stage break at lap 60, like I told you. So he won't have to hang on too much longer before we get that caution flag for the stage break. Meanwhile, up front, this guy 8th place in points. And he needs to win to go to Homestead, get in the Final Four and race for a championship. I can tell you what, the driver of the 73 is getting it done right now. He's almost 3 seconds ahead of second place. And I don't know why this ticker continues to quit on me. we gotta give it a jump start every once in a while. That nose cam on the front of the 73 car right here. He's coming up to lap traffic pretty quickly. You see those few cars ahead of him, 3 or 4 cars up there. That's all going to be lap cars, lap traffic here. So the leaders are going to have to start navigating that pretty shortly, but I would almost say we'll get close to the we'll probably get close to the stage break before they start navigating that traffic. Like I said, we're 48 laps in, so dang near a quarter of the way, and I don't think tires are going to be an issue here at Martinsville tonight. So if tires aren't an issue, then we may see a lot of lone green flag runs here. And when I say tires aren't an issue, I don't mean they're not an issue at all. But they have enough sets of them to easily carry them through. I think that's what I wanted to get to. Because tires are certainly an issue on most every racetrack except the super speedways. And these short tracks can be a real bear when you burn the right front off or overheat it. Getting great views right here with the cameras tonight. Let you see right up close what the drivers are seeing and what they're facing out of their windshields here. You can see the leaderboard at the top of your screen. We're not going to do it through the field because we do have the stage break coming up in about 8 laps here, so we won't have time until after that's over. And the stage break will provide us with a caution, so a little bit of a slowdown here. Your top 10 is going to score points, and I'll tell you where that's valuable. Judging by your second place driver, the 96, he's in a point scoring position, but is the 30. No, Gann's in 12th right now. He needs to make up a couple of spots if he's going to get in the top 10 and score a few points here. So Gann's a couple spots out of that top 10 as we're getting close to the stage break. He's got the 21 of Todd Cray on the bumper right here. This is actually 12 and 13 in the scoring position on the racetrack, so 12th and 13th position, respectively. Your top 10 guy right now, rounding out the top 10's that 72 car, Jerry Cochran III. And another guy that could use the top 10 here, the 89 car, Jeff Yenish. So we'll see if he can get up there and around the 72 and maybe score some points in the next 5 laps or so. I have to keep an eye on that. Watching some of the drivers that may have moved forward a little bit, and this 24 car might have picked up a spot or two. Bentley Glacier right here in the 24. That 26 machine behind him is going to be Bailey Dutton. So you got a couple of cars right here, 8th, 9th. 8th and 9th position, the 40 car, Charlie Woods back out on the racetrack. He's behind those guys a lap or two down. I don't know how many laps he lost. It looks like Woods lost 4 laps in that exchange right there. Meanwhile, back up front by 3 seconds, 73, Joseph McWhorter. Got a couple of more laps before we end this stage right here. McWhorter showing the way around. I can tell you that driver is definitely racing for an overall win tonight, not a stage win. But he's in good shape to win the stage here. The single stage in this race. That 73 car looking like an excellent pick for that. Bunnell back here, he's fast. Jesse Bunnell in the 96, he's definitely fast. He's got a few seconds to make up, but I'll tell you what, this stage break is going to, well, it's going to erase that 3-second lead. That's what it's going to do. And the 73 car right here, caution flag is out. So stage break is happening on lap 60. So who scored points right here as they pick up the pace car? The 73 of Joseph McWhorter winning that first stage there. 96 Jesse Bunnell second. 9 Adam Matz. Back in third. Fourth is Johnny Avila in the 63. Dwayne Hunt in the 19. Rounding out the top 5. Jason Day in the 52. Tyler Seville in the 11. Bentley Glacier in the 24. Bailey Dutton in the 26. And Jerry Cochran the third are all going to score points right here in this stage. Your top 10 as you watch your leaders come down here to pit road right now. So I would say it's going to be a 4-tire stop for the 73 car, your race leader, but we're going to keep an eye on it to see. You see the right side's up on the 63. A little bit of damage back there on that right side of the 63 car. Left sides are up on the race leader's car. He's got all 4 on, and he's back off, and it looks like the driver of the 73 car, he's going to come in first and leave pit road first as well. So lap 62 caution, and the thing about fuel here, they can go 150 laps on fuel. So we know that they ran caution free all through the first stage, which makes you wonder if this thing goes green the rest of the way, is anybody going to stop for tires? Can the tires go 150 laps like the tank of fuel can? Can they stretch it out? And then who's going to be super good on 140-lap old tires? That would be pretty interesting to find out. Hopefully you're enjoying the broadcast so far. I mean, when you get to a race like this, it's a for 6 of the drivers. 2 of the drivers are already locked in to the Final Four, but for 6 others, it's really nerve-wracking. And they're giving it everything they have. They literally are. You want to talk about that just for another second, the 73 car up there leading away. Been a hot rod since the drop of the green flag. Very fast. He's 8th in points. He has got to win if he's going to race for a championship next week in Homestead. He has to. I mean, he has to win it to get in it. The guy's close in points, the 96 car back in second. He don't absolutely have to win to get in, but he needs to be right up here where he's at when the checkered flag drops. But if he wins, he locks himself in. Another guy that really needs to, he has to win it to lock himself in, the 63 car. In 4th position, Johnny Avila. So we've seen Avila make a couple of passes since the drop of the green flag on that first 60 laps there before the stage break. And Avila was putting a lot of pressure on the 9-car Adam Matz in front of him. So I believe, like I said, the 63's got speed. And I would like to see about a 100-lap long run right here, green flag run, because I think that might be where the 63 starts to shine a little bit more. is on the long run. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. We'll have to keep an eye on how much faster the 96 is on the long run. But showing the front of the field, and man, that's a bad time for the race leader to blink out a little bit. You see Charlie Woods in the 40 is going to get one of his laps back here. And the 73 flashing a little on us up there. I wouldn't read too much into it. It's usually when they're just stacked up 2 by 2 that he seems to have a problem like that. But I'm sure he'll get it straightened out in short order because the pace car's in. And just like that, we're back to green flag racing. And, man, the 73 car looked like he was shot out of a rocket. He jumped out of turn 4 and flew down that straightaway. Adam Matz fighting for second. Johnny Avila trying to go with him. 96 car risked losing 2 positions on this restart right here. 9 car and 63. You got to take advantage where you can. Johnny Avila trying to get himself in the top 3. Benell's going to get back in line back here in the 4th spot. But 2 and 3 is going to change hands right here. That 63 car, 9 car Matt's advancing a position, 2nd and 3rd now. Benell going to go from 2nd to 4th. Dwayne Hunt rounded out the top 5 in that 19 car. Joseph McWhorter in the 73, though, he hit the see you later button. He's trying to leave the chat, as they say. See right now, this is what 0.7 of a second looks like from the 73 back there to the 9 car, Adam Matz. And we'll have to watch this because you got 2nd and 3rd, 2 different cars now. You got Matz in the 9 car, Avila in the 63. What these guys learn on that 60-lap short run that might help them on the long run here. We've seen the 73 build up a pretty good lead in that first 60 laps, man. But I'll tell you, these drivers back there got 60 laps of practice. Right, all of them did. So what some of these other guys learn? One thing they're going to learn is that 73 car, he's hitting his marks every corner. He's running a great line around Martinsville. And he's like a machine. He's not making mistakes. That's what you have to do, short track racing. It's like a road course. It's a lot of rhythm racing. You get into a rhythm on these tracks and you try to carry that rhythm on. Look at the battle for second in the rearview mirror. That's a good one. 63 car. Johnny Avila. Battling with the 9 car Adam Matz. This is for the 2nd position. Benell's going to try to follow suit here. I think Avila's going to clear the 9. He does. Put Johnny Avila in the 63 in the number 2 spot. 2nd position. And we're under caution. We'll back it up and see if we can figure it out here. Oh, wasn't that driver. Have to figure out who it was. So this is officially our first caution flag of the race, and I officially don't know what happened. I seen a driver lose some positions, though, and I'm thinking I might be... Maybe I'm on the right track here. Nope. Oh, 89 car. Man, one of your chase contenders and kind of a must-win here. Just gets loose off the corner, contact with the inside wall. Nobody else is going to get caught up in it. That's going to bring us under our first caution flag. And it was shortly after our stage break there. We're at lap 77 of 200 right now. Luckily, we're at a short track like Martinsville, and if the motor's still running good, their aerodynamics aren't going to matter as much. So hopefully the 89 can continue on and have a good race. And, I mean, with all luck considered, you'd hope a guy could get up there and maybe have a chance to race for the win before this is over. So the next advantage is we know these guys got tires. Does anyone say, you know what, I know we don't have a ton of laps on them, but I'm going to go ahead and put 4 fresh ones on it? I'd say if you're outside the top 10, it probably wouldn't be a terrible idea. Go back here to 10th. You see Sweeting, Gann. I think outside of this top 10, I might be one of the guys that went in and took tires. Well, looks like these guys are going to skip out on it. In the front of the field there, your race leader, the 73. Well, let's take a look at your top 10 maybe. Well, that didn't work at all. Probably won't try that no more. All right, so we'll go to the tower right here. There's your top 10 on the left-hand side. Joseph McWhorter, your leader. Johnny Avila in the 63 second. Adam Matz in the 9-car third. Jesse Bennell, 96 fourth. The 19 of Dwayne Hunt rounding out the top 5. Jason Days, 52-car in 6th. And in 7th, the 24 Bentley Glacier. 8th place is going to be the 11 of Tyler Seville right now. 9th is the 26 of Bailey Dutton. Rounding out the top 10 is Chuck Sweeting in the 75 car. They're going to get lined up 2 by 2. Lights are out on the pace car. We're going to go green flag race the next time by here. And good luck to McWhorter. I see it. And I'll tell you, Keith, I'm starting to think you're right there. I think he does have it. We'll have to see. I thought we might have another long green flag run like we did to start this thing, but I'll tell you what, these cautions sometimes can breed them. But these guys have had a clean race so far, and that 73's been a hard customer to deal with for him. There he goes, another great restart right here. But look at the 63, very impressed with that. Could he get down to the bottom and hold that second spot? He does. So Johnny Avila in the 63 car right behind the race leader. 2 drivers that need to race their way into Homestead. If you win, you're in. You punch that ticket. Your top 2 right here are 2 of those drivers. 73, Joseph McWhorter. 63, Johnny Avila. Battling it out at Martinsville, lap 82. Not quite to the halfway point yet. But I'll tell you what. They're sitting up there in the 2 top spots. We got a car high on the track back there, and I don't know who it is. But I'm going to try to find out. We got some hard racing. Watching the 72, and we got another car in the wall. Not Yenish. Tyler Seville in the 11 car. Oh, absolutely, Macaulay. I'm a big fan of Martinsville, man. Love driving at this track. It's always a lot of fun, but, man, I'll tell you, these top 2 right now are stealing the show. Lap 84. Joseph McWhorter, Johnny Avila, 73, 63. Turn our cameras to a different view. Take a little broader look at the field, get some few different camera angles going on. I don't know. Getting close to halfway, we'll change it up a little bit, right? So we had that last caution, lap 77, 78. Nobody went to pit road. I think that some of them would have done that, but nobody took advantage of it. I know that they had a couple of sets of tires left, but, well, it is before halfway, so maybe they're going to save those for the second half. Macaulay, be awesome if you join me next week, bud. Next week's going to be the finale at Homestead. That's right, 4 drivers racing for a championship and probably 30 drivers racing for a race win. And don't think one of these guys outside looking in. Driver of the 9, driver of the 19. Don't think they don't want to get up here and shake it up and steal a win away from these guys, because I'll guarantee you they do. Bentley Glacier, he's already in with a win, sitting back here in 6th in the 24 car. He's another one that could get up there. If he wins it, if Glacier in the 24 wins it, guess what? two drivers get to lock in on points. We'll have to keep an eye on the 96 car, Bennell. He's back to 5th now. After starting P1, he's kind of mired back here in the 5th position a little bit. So that 96 machine probably needs a little bit of a run to start working his way forward. But he's racing the 30, who's back in 11th. And this is important if... Actually, Gann moved into 10th. So Gann's going to make a spot up here in the 30 car. We're going to change the camera around and get back there. He's right behind Todd Cray. Todd Cray in the 21 sitting in 9th position right now. Gann, though, moving into the top 10. He's got Levi Poland on the rear bumper. And Chuck Sweeting's going to fall back there to 12th. And he's another driver, the driver of the 75 back here, Chuck Sweeting. Really good on the long run. I'm a big fan of Watkins Glen, too, Amy. Can't say nothing bad about that. It's crazy how similar that driving a short track. If you're a good road course racer, like if you do well at places like Watkins Glen or Road America, any of the road courses, you tend to be better on short tracks on iRacing, and it's all about the braking. You have precision braking here. You hit your marks. You brake twice the lap, basically. You hit your marks going into 1 and going into 3, honestly. And when you can do that more consistently, and road courses are the same way, except you hit your marks there 21 times sometimes per lap. So that's what makes a road course driver so good on the short tracks. And that's what the 73 has been able to do. He's so consistent. We talk about that race leader here, but I'll tell you, man, that 63 car, Johnny Avila's not letting him go too far. McWhorter driving his own race, though, the 73 machine. He's not worried about what's out his mirror. He's worried about what's out his windshield. And that's what you got to do on these short tracks. Race the racetrack. Be consistent. Don't worry about those guys around you. You race your race. And at the end of it, it usually takes care of itself. Oh, I think we had a car go around back there, and I don't know who it was, but I don't know if they went around or went to pit road. I think somebody went around, though, because I think we're under caution. Right here. There's our caution flag. Let's figure out what got him pointed the wrong way. Oh, little contact right there. And that might have been the guy we were looking at that was in the top 10 who made a little contact with him. So I think it was, which put a little damage on that car. Yeah, 30 car, a little bit of damage on the front. 52 car, a little bit of heavier damage, though. So we'll have to see how much that might affect the 30 car right here. He needs Bentley Glacier. Gann needs Bentley Glacier or Jesse Bennell to win. If either one of those drivers win, Justin Gann could point in, even if he finishes behind the 96 of Jesse Bennell. So just looking at the different ways that these guys can make it through here. Oh, I know, Amy. He showed his skill on those, too. Andy does those in real life, so that kind of that helps the transition into iRacing. And vice versa, iRacing can help you out in real life at that stuff. No better training than simulators, unless you're actually got your butt in the seat of the race car and you're making laps on the track. Because then you get the true, feeling of the seat. Seat time, nothing replaces it. But when you can't do that, a lot cheaper to get on a simulator. Simulators keep your mind sharp, keep your reflexes going good. And quite honestly, you learn the tracks. You learn your braking points. You learn what you need to do. You translate that in real life, and you're fast. So 73 car. Joseph McWhorter, the leader. 63, Johnny Avila. This is awesome when you look at this top two right here. 102 laps in. 2 laps past the halfway point under caution. But we'll talk about it real quick. As I'm looking back and forth, I see Todd Cray, 21 car, working his way up there. Bunnell in the 96 going to slip back a little farther. I'm telling you, that race between the 96 and the 30 might be a good one, especially if the 73 or 63 can win this thing here tonight. Or if Todd Cray in the 21 goes up and wins it. If somebody, like Cray or Ray Polking there in the 46 car, Chuck Sweeting in the 75, if one of them got up and won it, that would make it where Bunnell and Gann could both point in. So a few different avenues going on to round out our top 4. We got 2 drivers locked into Homestead. 24 car Bentley Glacier and the 27 car Steve Yenish, who's currently off the racetrack. So we got 2 more that one of them could get in for by winning and the other one by points. And if one of the 8 drivers don't win, then it's crazy. It's crazy to think about it, but there's different ways. But for the 73 and the 63, they have to win to get in. There's no way they can score the points they need here. So a win is what they're going to need, and we are lights out on the pace car. And the pace car is in. Watch the restarts from the 73 car here. Right out of turn 4, and he goes. This time, though, Avila didn't quite get the restart that he did the last time, and he's got the 21 car Todd Cray on the inside. Todd Cray coming out of nowhere. And we're under caution quickly. It's Martinsville. Cautions can certainly breed cautions here. We don't know how it happened, but there we go right there. 26 hard on the binders, and he's going to go around. And that's going to collect the gentleman right there, the 5 car, Gary May. And it looks like the 40's going to get checked up before he got wrecked up right there. Dutton's going to get it turned around. Not a lot of damage on those cars. So a couple of cars involved here, not a lot of damage on them. So they're going to be just fine, and we're going to have another quick break right here, another quick caution flag. Maybe I can get that top ticker to work again. Let's try that out. Back to ticker. There we go. It's working. Look at that. Almost looked like a professional. I don't think so. McCauley would tell you different. Michael McCauley will if he was in here. He says I'm the pretender, not the pro. I'll tell you what, though. Somehow I can seem to have a good time, whether I'm in the booth by myself like I am tonight or if I got some commentary help. I can do it either way. So top 5 changed up a little bit, so let's take a look at it real quick. 73 car Joseph McWhorter, that hasn't changed. He's still your leader. 21 car Todd Cray sitting P2 right now. Johnny Avila in the 63 going to drop back to 3rd. But on this restart, I think the 63 might have the advantage. Adam Matz still hanging out there in the 9 car. He's back and forth now. Ray Polking rounding out the top 5 in the 46 car. Back in 6, you got the 24 Bentley Glacier. He's locked in, punched his ticket to Homestead. He will be racing for a championship next week. Jesse Bunnell trying to lock himself in here at Martinsville tonight. In the 96 machine, he qualified P1. Lights are out on the pace car. We're going to get through the top 10 as we go back to 8th, the 19 car. Little damage on the front of that machine of Dwayne Hunt. And then you go back, rounding out the top 10, 30 or 9th place, 30 car Justin Gannon, rounding out the top 10s, the 91 of Levi Poland. And we're going to get to the front of the field because guess what? Lights are out on the pace car. That means we're going to get back to green flag racing with a single file restart. You see these guys moving around a bit, and here we go. 73 fired. Oh. 21 tried to time that just right, and them guys might have touched just a little bit. It's not going to affect that 73. We got a battle for second. Todd Cray has it. Johnny Avila wants it back. He lost it on a restart. 63 car racing to try to get himself punch his ticket to Homestead. Win it and get in it. You see the 21 of Todd Cray, though. He's racing for a win like he does each week. Week in and week out. Driver of the 21 machine. He's got one thing on his mind when the green flag drops. It's win the race. And right now the 21 is putting the power down. Lap 112 of 200 at Martinsville tonight. We've had a few caution flags now. We got those first 60 laps done at that stage with nothing. And after that, we've had a few of them drop out. It's Martinsville, short track racing, and Avila under fire for third right here. 9-car Mats is going to take it. That's going to put Avila back to fourth. I don't know if he made a right front tire angry or what. Mats is going to get around him in the 9-car. Avila's going to drop back to fourth. Your top two are McWhorter and Cray. See the 73 machine right there doing what he's done since the drop of the green flag, and that's taking care of business here at Martinsville. But the 21 of Cray, he's kind of had the last couple few restarts, he's had a different driver back there in second place. And Todd Cray's a completely different driver back there now, and we'll have to see what the 21 car learned. What does he learn? Can he get up here and battle with the 73? You don't see the 73 getting away from him quite as easy now. Early in the race, ooh. Man, 21 really drove it in the corner, and that's going to cost him. I think the 9 of Mats might get around him here. I don't know. 21 going to fight him off. He's going to keep that second spot. You don't think these guys are driving? Look at this top three. You see the 73, and then he gets that from being a road course driver. He's so smooth going into the corner here. And some of these other guys charge the corner a lot harder. That 73 is so smooth going through the corner. And it doesn't matter how close they get to him, he doesn't make a mistake. He's not rattled. And that helps at tracks like Martinsville, these short tracks. It is a 1 mile track, but that is a short track because it is a flat 1 mile paper clip, literally. Makes each end of the track a little bit different. Makes it a little more interesting to drive, for sure. Mats is going to go around the 21 here. Todd Cray's going to lose not one spot, but possibly two as the 24 Bentley Glacier is trying to move into the picture. Look at Glacier right there in the 24 car. We got 80 laps of racing to go. Cray's third, Glacier's fourth, and that 24 car is trying to put itself into the top three. Matt's up to second in the 9 car. And this is all happening behind the 73, and he's loving what he's seeing in the rearview mirror. I can guarantee you that. Yep, third place changes hands. Glacier in the 24 takes it through the field right here on lap 122. Let's go ahead and try it now. Oh, let's get our in-car working. There we go. Your race leader, he's been up there since the drop of the green flag, 73 of Joseph McWhorter. Getting it done at Martinsville. Needs to get it done another 78 laps here. Lock himself into the Homestead Final Four. Race for a championship next week. Back in second, the 9-car, Adam Matz. Matt's good on these short tracks, so you know he had a little confidence coming in here. And he's sitting second right now. He started sixth. He's been picking some positions up. Another driver's already locked in at Homestead. Very capable on any track and a short track. And the 24 car, Bentley Glacier, he's been fast as of late. He locked himself in with a win. The car seems to be fast week in and week out, and he's going to be a strong contender down at Homestead next week. On board now with the fourth-place driver, that's going to be Todd Crahan, the 21. We've seen him up there in second. He was one of the guys that got up there and made, for a couple laps, put a little pressure on the 73 car. So Cray fell back a little bit. Maybe he'll cool the right front down, go up there, cool the brakes down, and take another run at it. Rounding out the top 5 right now, you'll be on board with the driver of the 96 machine. This is Jesse Bunnell. Bunnell started first tonight, so he's dropped back a little bit. But I'm wanting to say that this guy might be saving on the tires or maybe even a little bit on the fuel. We're going to find out here as we get later on in the run. Oh, we skip one. We'll go back to 6th place. We're on board with one of the drivers that needs the win to get in the Homestead Final Four. That's Johnny Avila in the 63 car. Avila started 5th. He's currently 6th, so right around where he started here. And look how much wheel he's got into this car going in or about the center of the corner. And I think that might be a problem. I believe he's got a driver battling for position with him. Nope, he's by himself, but the 91 car's in a fight. 91 car on the inside, scored 7th right now, is Levi Poland. But Poland is in a battle with this driver. 30 car, Justin Gann. Gann scored 8th, but sometimes 7th. And Gann doing it the hard way. He's on the outside of the racetrack right here. What a race you're seeing. You're not really seeing it, though, because we're on board with one of them. But when you see that fender show up on his left side, that's Levi Poland. So let's get back here to 9th place. Get on board with the 19 car, Dwayne Hunt. Oh, Gann dropping back a little bit. Hunt's going to move up to 8th. I think Gann had a little bit of problems there. So we'll figure out where he shakes out at. And we're going to go on board right here with Jerry Cochran III in a 72 car riding in the 9th position. He started 9th, and he's currently 9th. And we call that even. So he's kind of even right here. Started 9th, he's in 9th, having a good race. Go on board now. This driver had a nice recovery because we've seen him involved in one of the caution flags. 26 car right here, Bailey Dutton. He was sitting in 10th, but the 52 car, another guy caught up in a wreck there. Jason Day on board with the 52 right now. He's going to go up there and steal a top 10 spot away. This car's got some damage on it, but I'll tell you, he's still making it, he's still getting around here pretty good. I don't believe the motor in the car's hurt because you can see him hitting a rev limiter at the end of the straightaway. So I'd say the engine's tuned up, running pretty good for him, and aerodynamics not so important on these short tracks, as you can see. Go back to the 12th position. Get on board with the 46 car of Ray Polking. We've seen Polking up there in the top 5 a couple of cautions ago. But as the cautions have come out, he's going to drop back a little bit. Be sitting here in the 12th position, but that's up from an 18th starting position. So a great run here for the driver of the 46 machine. And this driver, I think he started dead last back there in 20th. Chuck Sweeting in the 75, sitting in the 13th position right now. I think I've seen Sweeting as high as the top 10 at one time, and he's going to make a little contact with the outside wall and corner exit. So Martinsville might not be this driver's cup of tea, for say. Little contact with the outside wall in the last lap, but honestly, I mean, any one of us would like to start dead last to move up to 13th. So Chuck Sweeting's having a good race. And this guy had a little bad luck earlier. That's the 89 of Jeff Yinish, and he's one of the guys in the top 8 coming into Martinsville. And, man, he'd love to sneak out of here with a win and lock himself in and punch his ticket to the Final Four at Homestead. So we'll see. You never know how the cautions fly or what might happen, and any of these guys could still have a shot. It's not over yet. The guy that's really, he was up there in the top battling for 7th. Justin Gannon, the 30 car, sitting in 15th right now. And you hear him getting way out of the gas in the corner. That's 40 laps into the run here on these tires at Martinsville. They start giving up a little bit, and Gann fighting the wheel a little too. So Justin Gann in 15th, back in 16th, on board with the 5 car, the gentleman right here, Gary May. See how May gets around the track. Still hitting a rev limiter down the straightaway. He's nice and smooth in the corner, though. You look at his speed. If you can see it, bottom right-hand side of that in-car. Under his name there, 115 miles an hour down the straightaway, down to 59 miles an hour in the center of the corner. Yep, 115 down the straightaway all the way down to 59. So dropping off about half his speed as we go on board with the 17th place driver. That's the 40 of Charlie Woods. He's been a little bit up and down. He had a little bad luck earlier in the race that cost him 4 laps. He's actually made a lap up since then. And he did that on one of the cautions. So, you know, get a few more and he makes up a few more laps. Watch out. Go back to 18th, and Patrick DeSaliner is out of the race car, but his car's on pit road there in the 18th spot. And we've had 2 retire. That's the 11 of Tyler Seville, the 27 of Steve Yinish. Meanwhile, back up front, we're going to change our cameras up here a little bit. He don't have a big lead like the last. Oh, that's why. Okay, I'm catching it now. Looks like the 83 of McWhorter, or the 73 of McWhorter's got 83 laps on his tires, versus some of these guys behind him that only got 45 laps on their tires. Those drivers being the second place driver, Mats Glaser, back in 3rd in the 24, and Jesse Bennell in the 96 car. So some of these guys got fewer laps on their tires. Even Todd Cray's got fewer laps. He's got more laps than the guys in front of him. So maybe tires will play a little bit of part in this before it's over with. But, man, what an impressive drive for your race leader there, Joseph McWhorter. And I say that because he's got twice as many laps on his tires than the second place guy does. He's going to have 86 laps on his tires when he crosses the line. We're 148. 148 out of 200 is where we're at right now. It's going to be 52 laps of racing left here at Martinsville, or just over a quarter of this thing. No? Yeah? Yeah, that'd be a quarter of it. I had it right the first time. I should have just listened to myself then, not questioned it. My first thought was the correct one. If it comes effortless, oh my goodness, I can't even talk tonight. What is happening? If it comes to you that quick, just roll with it. So I'll tell you, man, I don't know on these tires, guys and gals. When I see a vast difference looking at the timing and scoring screen, I see a vast difference in their tires. It makes you wonder. He just works the throttle so much different He's so smooth around here. And I don't even think it matters how many laps he has on his tires, honestly. The driver of the 73 just so smooth around Martinsville. And he's, you know, if you want to know who the leader's been for 152 laps, you're looking at him. Joseph McWhorter in the 73 trying to punch his ticket to Homestead. He knows he has to win here at Martinsville to get in, and this driver has put on 153 laps of perfection so far. Let's go back to second. Take a look at some of these cars with fresher tires, you know. They pitted after this guy. 9 car, Adam Matz being the first one of them. He's sitting back in second. He's about 0.7 of a second behind your race leader. You can almost see him in the same picture frame right there. You see the 73 out in front of him. 9 car Matz in second, and Matz has he's got a mirror full of the 24 car of Bentley Glacier right here, the Lucas machine. And remember, if that 24 machine wins, that'll pretty much lock in the 96 car and the 30, potentially. Well, I'd say it would do it, but that's if the 24 was able to get up there and wrestle a win away. The other thing that would lock them both in is if the 96 got up there and won the race, Jesse Bennell. And hey, don't count nobody out. We still got some laps to go here at Martinsville. And anything can happen. You know, caution flag. That was almost one right there. 5 car and 9 car. Not sure what happened. It looked like they were lapping the 5 car. In fact, I'm gonna go back and look at it because, man, this could have certainly changed some things in the race. That was pretty heavy contact right there for the driver of the 9. Everybody doing a great job missing him, though. A little bit of contact with the 5. Get back to real timing and scoring here. Front of the field, the lead changed to 1.6 seconds after that contact, and it makes you wonder if it might have knocked the alignment out or something on that 9 car. And it really cost the 24 there. He dropped a spot to the 96 machine. And I think that was merely from checking up to make sure he wasn't involved in anything. Ooh, 96 a little bit loose on that corner exit, too. And Todd Cray, we've seen him in second a little bit ago. He's fallen back in the top 5, but the car's looking pretty good here. Currently in the top 5 at Martinsville. That's not a bad night, especially if you get a late race caution. You're sitting in a pretty good position where you could get up there and wrestle a win away potentially. So we're 161 of 200, 39 laps to go here at Martinsville Speedway. The paperclip 1-mile track, Martinsville. 27 parked it a little bit early, Hunter. He's been, in fact, he's been sitting out for 100 laps. So he's been parked for about 100 laps now. He ran about 62 laps, and he didn't look like he was having a real stellar race, and I think he might have just parked it. And the chat was going great, and then Nation 01 showed up. Oh, my gosh. Man, I'll tell you, we're going to go to the front because we're going to look at 1.6 seconds for that race leader. He knew coming into this thing that if he wins it here tonight, that he can punch his ticket to race for a championship next week at Homestead. And for 165 laps of these 200 laps so far, the driver of the 73, Joseph McWhorter, has done just that. He's been perfect. But can he do that for the remaining laps here at Martinsville? We're going to find out. Now it'll go awesome, huh? Well, it was going awesome when I went live tonight, Nation. So, of course, it'll be awesome. Watching back here, you see the 9-car Mats having the problems with the lap car, but he maintained the second position. He's got the 96 of Jesse Bennell back in third, the 24 Bentley Glacier, that blue car there, and the 21 of Todd Cray back behind those drivers. And we got these lone green flag runs here. They don't surprise me. All right, I didn't fall off the planet here. Had to respond to a text from my middle kid out in Texas, so just a short pause for the cause to do that. I believe it. Young man and his girlfriend are about ready to move into their first apartment out there. Couldn't be more proud of that kid. And likewise, the fans of the 73 car, Joseph McWhorter, I don't think you could be more proud right now either. He had a job to do when this race started tonight. He's 25 laps away from getting that job done in perfect fashion. How many people could say that, right? Back in second, 1.9 seconds behind the race leader, Adam Matz, as he's back here trying to figure out what he's got to do to catch that 73 car, you know? He's got 24 laps to figure it out, though. So Adam Matt still has time, and you never know if there's going to be a caution or what might happen. You get lap cars into play here. We've seen a little contact with the 9 car and a lap car before. So that could come into play. A caution could come out. You never know what could happen. So the fastest qualifier tonight is sitting back here in third, the 96 car, Jesse Bennell. And he's in a really good position to make that Final Four at Race In tonight. You better believe they are, Amy. I couldn't have said that any better. I couldn't have said it any better. Very proud of all my boys, all my kids, which is all 3 of them, actually, so. You raise them the best that you can. And you hope that they get it. You hope that they get it and they carry it on in their own life. And anytime he texts me, because it unfortunately doesn't text me as much as I I think he should, but he probably does. But when I talk to him, it's questions, and it's life questions, and I'm really, really happy to answer them. And I'm even more happy that he looks at me to answer those questions for him. Well, for you, it probably depends on the day, the week, the month, everything, Nation. Depends on when the aliens release you from that spaceship. And in fact, let's go to the mothership view. Right here, around Martinsville. We call the blimp the mothership view around the racetrack here. We'll see if we can see what 2.2 seconds looks like from the mothership. Nope, we can't. It looks pretty big. It's a pretty good distance right here. 19 laps to go, less than 20. So we got a heat race left here, literally. Oh. My mouse was acting a little stupid right there. Caught on a piece of paper, so had to fix that so we can fix our cameras again. Watching the 40 car move out of the way. Oh, here we go, Nation. 17 to go. Yeah, Amy, that 73 car's proving it tonight. No doubt about it. 16 laps away from racing for a championship. Next week at Homestead Speedway. I'd say that kid right there, that guy in that 73 car, he's had ice in his veins. Since the green flag dropped, he didn't waste any time getting out front here tonight. And he has proved, beyond a shadow of any doubt, that he is the driver to beat at Homestead. Uh-oh. Caution flag's out. Caution flag on the Speedway. 14 laps to go. What caused it? You want to see a 2-second lead vanish? This is how it happens. Oh, just getting into the corner right there. He was hard on them brakes to stay out of that car. And it turned the car sideways, and we're going to go under caution. 14 laps to go. Does that change everything? I don't know. Probably not, honestly. It will be interesting to see who goes to pit road here. Well, Benell's still out on the racetrack. 73 went to pit road. He's going to take 4 tires right here. 9-car Matt's coming off the track, or off pit road. 73, Joseph McWhorter now coming off pit road, but we got a guy that stayed out. I think we got a guy that stayed out. I think we got a driver of the 9-car that might have took 2 tires. This is going to... It changed up. This is going to be interesting right here. So 96 car right here, Jesse Benell. We talked to him pre-race. If he wins, he locks himself in, but he's having a strong run here in Martinsville and could very well point his way in if he doesn't lock in on the win. But he don't want the points. He don't want to go that route. No. That 96 is going to go for the race win. He'll restart P1, the 9-car Adam Matz on the outside, and P2, 73, Joseph McWhorter in third. 21 of Todd Cray back and forth. We're going to have to find out how this shakes out. We may have, let me guess, 10 laps, 9 laps after we go green. And will we have another caution? Because we know cautions, unfortunately, breed caution flags. So if you're one of the viewers that just tuned in, welcome to the American Sim Racing League's Elite Series. Live at Martinsville Speedway for race number 16 of 17. the race that we go from 8 drivers racing for a championship to 4. So 4 guys are going to be locked in to Homestead next week. And we don't have all the 4 figured out. We know the driver of the 24, Bentley Glacer's locked in. We know the driver of the 27, Steve Yenish, is locked in. We know the 73 and 63, they got to win to lock in. The 96 not necessarily has to win it, but a good finish would definitely go a long way for getting that feller to Homestead to race for a title. And that 73 has dominated this race up until this last caution flag where he gave up a 2.4 second lead. So the pace car is in. And we're getting ready for a restart. We're restarted. Green flag and racing once again. 96 of Benell and problems behind him. And we are wadded up under caution flag on the front straightaway. Let's back it up and see what happened right here. It was right on the restart. Oh, 9 car spun his tires, I think. And that's going to collect the 52. That's the second one he's been in. 21 of Todd Cray mixed up in this one. And that's a good way to go under caution right there. And just like I said, those restarts, cautions will breed cautions. And that's a good example. And Dwayne Hunt, man, such a good night for that driver. Jerry Cochran and the 63 of Johnny Avila. Ouch. Oh, quite a bit of damage on the back of the 63 car. One of the guys that needed a win was just on pit road to get tires. And, man, when those things happen on a restart like that, lots of drivers get caught up in it. So, boy, I'm telling you, these late cautions are shaking everything up. By the time we get it all sorted out here, we might be close to a green-white checker. Will we use all 3 of our green-white checkers at Martinsville? We're going to have to wait and see. Hang on to your seats. If you don't think this has been a good one, well, you haven't watched it long enough then. It hasn't been good. It's been great. It's been some awesome racing here at Martinsville. 6 to go. Pacing right now. Can the 73 wrestled away from the 96? Does the 96 go on and win it here? Either one of these guys win it, they punch your ticket. I mean, that's just how it works. You win and you're in that Final 4 in Homestead, and that's what it's all about. You let it you give it everything you got tonight. If you're one of the 8 drivers racing to get in that top 4. And there's only 2 spots left because Glacer didn't waste any time locking himself into the Final 4. The 24 car. And the 27 car, Steve Yenish, locked himself in last week. Yenish parked it about 120 laps ago. He didn't need to win it tonight. He's in it anyway. These other guys, though, the 73 of McWhorter needs to win it. 63 of Avila, he needs to win it. 89 car. He needs to get up there and win it if he can. They're 7th and 8th. 96 car, he does have a way there. Off of points, so the potential's there for him to point his way in. Lights are out on the pace car. We're going to go green flag and racing with 4 to go. And this may be a single file restart here. So we're going to see a single file restart with 4 to go. Actually be like a green-white checker by the time they go green flag and racing. So going down the back straightaway here. Pace car is going to make the hard left, go to pit road. And we're going to see where the 96 car goes to the gas pedal. We go back to green flag right here off of turn 4. Going to be 3 to go at the line, so not a lot of time for the 73 to get the job done. Oh, he's going to ride up on the bumper, and the caution is out once again. So we will certainly be using a green-white checker here. And I have to figure out why, but I'll potentially get there in a minute. Oh, I see it right there, right in front of these guys. Now watch right on the restart there. It looked like one of the drivers got loose, and that's going to put us under caution flag. Right from the top lane, right in front of the 9 car who's been so strong tonight. But that 9 car is going to miss him. And we're going to go under caution once again at Martinsville Speedway. And get up close to the front. So another time for these guys. And I'm just going to go ahead and throw this out there. Let me give you a difference in tires right here. The driver of the 96 car has 100 laps on his tires. The driver of the 73, the 91, well, the driver of about every other car has 12 laps or less on their tires. So good restarts here are going to be real important for that 96 car, and you gotta be careful. You definitely don't want to spin a tire. As we're going to use our first of 3 green-white checkers. So the first of 3 right here. You see the field pacing around the track here. Quick caution flags, too. Cautions breed cautions. That's Martinsville. That's short tracks, or could be super speedways or any track. You get a caution flag, the field bunches up, and sometimes the gloves come off, you know, and the gloves are off now. Looks like we're about a mile away, so we're going to close it up right here. Lights are still on the pace car. It means we're going to go around at least another one. You see the field single file, and that might be the that might be how it looks for the rest of the race. These restarts might be single file from now on. See the iRacing pace car up there in the front. Lights are out. We're going to go green flag and racing the next time by. So pace cars right there. And I'll tell you, I was going to do some interviews under these cautions, but I really don't want to go dragging around these guys that are racing to get in the Final Four here. I don't want to mess with their heads and break their concentration. I think caution flags do that enough. Pace cars in. And look at the 73 just tracking the 96, and the green flag's out. We're racing again. The 73 got a great restart that time. He's going to go right after the 96 car. Oh, and the 96 smoked his tires going in the corner. He's going to lose 3 positions. 73 of Joseph McWhorter back to the front. He's got the 91 of Levi Poland in P2. And we're under caution once again. How would we say that? Wow, wow, holy cow? No. I don't know how we'd say it. We'd say that I think we figured out what happened, possibly. Loose off the corner. Ooh, heavy contact with the inside wall, though. And that's going to help make that race car a modified, as it removes the front end right here. So we're still going to show 3 laps to go because we got another green flag or green-white checker. GWC, green-white checker coming up. We had 3 of them on tap. This is number 2. So it's possible that we see another green-white checker restart. The way this thing has went late, and it's been single-car incidents, the last couple of them. So don't count those out. We've seen a couple single-car incidents here, back-to-back, and that's why we're on our second green-white checker attempt. Little bit of a change on that last restart, though. 73 got up there and wrestled. 96 made a mistake, He had a lot of laps on the tires, and he missed the braking point in a corner. That allowed the 73, 91, and 24 to take the spots away from him, moving Bunnell right here, Jesse Bunnell, back to 4th. Bunnell's just got a lot of laps on the tires on that 96 car. Got to take it smooth on the restart. And you don't want to find yourself in too much trouble, although Gann, I think, in the 17 car is actually sitting on, or in the 30 car is sitting on pit road. So that helps the 96 tremendously. Lights are still on the pace car, so we're going to have another couple laps of pace in here. The race tonight was 200 laps or 100 minutes. And I don't know how many minutes we've used. I know that we've been 2:08. We're officially at lap 2:08 of the scheduled 200. That's what green, white checkers do. They extend it. We're going to do that for you up to 3 times. So we'll extend it up to 3 times here. You are watching the American SimRacing League Elite Series live at Martinsville Speedway, race number 16 of 17, and it's a cutoff race. It's going to take us from 8 playoff drivers down to 4, and those 4 are going to race for a championship next week at Homestead, Miami. Lights are out on the pace car, and we're going to get ready to go back to racing. Pace car's in. Your race leader, 73, Joseph McWhorter, 91, Levi Poland, 2nd, 3rd, Bentley Glacier, and 24. 96 of Bunnell back and 4th, and the 72 of Cochran rounding out the top 5. Back to green flag racing in the 73 car. He got on the gas quickly. He's going to try to stretch this thing out, leave them in the rearview mirror for the last 3 laps around here. Got 2 to go. Next time by is going to be the white flag, and that's going to make it a race. There's the white flag waving. One more time around. For the 73 car, Joseph McWhorter, he may lock himself, punch his ticket to Homestead, and lock himself in. He's got a pretty big gap back there to the 91, coming off a 4 for the final time. Joseph McWhorter in the 73 is going to win it. He's going to punch his ticket to Homestead, and he will be racing for a championship. Look at that. 91, no, Levi Poland rounding out the 2nd position here. 3rd place at 24, Glacier. We already know he's racing for a championship. He punched his ticket a couple of weeks ago. Holy crap, what a race. What a dominating performance from this driver right here. The 73 driver of that 73 car. Joseph McWhorter. And we'll have to wait for him to get in Discord. I'll have to see if he's in here yet before we can get our interviews going here tonight. If somebody's watching it, or if he's watching it, he knows I need him to come into Discord for that interview. I'll tell you what, there's no happy driver at Martinsville right now than this guy. If you looked at the points coming into tonight, it looked like this. He had an impossible task to make the Final 4 down at Homestead. And you win and you're in. You know, it's a win and in kind of thing. And he absolutely answered the call. He was 8th in the points, and he answered the call at Martinsville and absolutely dominated this thing. That's how you do it. That's how you put on a show. That is how you answer the call. And that driver did it here tonight. And we're going to find his car, and I'm going to take a look in Discord, and there he is. So let's get our post-race interviews done here. Joseph McWhorter, driver of that 73 car. You got a copy, buddy?
Oh, you better know it.
Do you got a voice to even talk right now?
No, I don't. It's gone. Oh my God, I was screaming so hard. We're going to Homestead, baby. Let's go.
You did it, man. I mean, and I'm telling you, you dominated it. How much practice did you put in, and how important was this race for you?
I spent about an hour this morning, but I was just, oh man, I was freaking out and got into practice, was able to put it on top of the board, and I learned a little bit of something watching Jesse's lap on his fastest lap, and I was like, I wonder if that'll save tires as the run goes. So I did like a little 10-lap run doing what he was doing on that fast lap, and just kind of hugging that rumble strip as tight as I could, and then not coming to full throttle until I was like right where my left front tire would meet the end of the rumble strip, and then I would be flat there. Because then the steering wheel was completely straight, and I was where it was flat, so that way I could just get the power off. And you saw that everybody was out driving me on entry, but I could just power away from them on exit.
Right. I did notice that in the broadcast, and I actually pointed that out a couple of times. But I'll tell you something else I pointed out. You didn't make any mistakes. It didn't look like. It looked like you hit your marks each corner, Joseph. So how did it feel from your seat?
I mean, I made a few mistakes, got a little loose getting into the corner a handful of times. I had to kind of step out, but the good thing was with me back in the corner up as much as I was, I could just plant the throttle like right in the center and just drive out of it. So, I was a little worried because we got that 30-lap run, from after the stage to about lap 95 or whatever, and we decided to not take tires and keep track position. I was a little worried about it, but I mean, we were doing so good on tires, and not burning them off to where we could make that work. And we had the VRS telemetry data up all night tonight, and John was just giving me information all night tonight and telling me where everybody else was running, how they were running, and I just kind of had to just hit my marks and just keep doing that.
So those late race cautions, and you fell back to third there on one of those restarts. Did that shake you up any?
Yeah. I had my hand on the shifter and I could feel my heartbeat through my hand. So I was squeezing it so hard. Yeah, I mean, I was worried because Adam took two, and I wasn't sure about that because I figured it was going to cause a lot of wheel spin, and I guess that's what happened to him was he spun the tires and collected a whole bunch of people, and Jesse was nailing his restarts, but we got to that second to last restart, and I just I was able to stay with him a lot better on this one, and I stuck my nose out and covered that mirror to make it look like I was going to do a dive bomb on him. And then I watched him just blow the corner, and I was like, yes! As soon as we took the lead, I was so happy. I was like, oh, just one more lap. That's all I need. And then the caution came. I was like, well, well, that's not good. And then when I looked behind me, and we had like Levi, and he's wanting to get as good of a finish as he can, and Bentley's already locked in. So like, I wasn't sure how aggressive they were going to be. I figured Levi might give me a little bit of a leeway because I let him have his lap back earlier in the race, just trying to be nice. I didn't want to ruin his race like that, and he was the only person a lap down. So, I gave it back to him whenever we got to the stage, and I just took advantage of him. He just didn't get a very good restart, and I just able to run away from it, and then just nailed the last two laps, and here we are. We're in the final four, baby.
You and I mean, you absolutely did dominate it, though. If those late cautions hadn't come out, I think he was going to lead every lap, Joseph.
Yeah, I mean, man, when that caution came out, I was really worried because I was like, man, I wonder how many people are going to stay out. And then I saw only Jesse did, and I was like, okay, this is fine. And I mean, I was freaking out a little bit, but I mean, credit to John. I mean, John and I have been best friends for a long time, and he's been my spotter and crew chief for a long time, so he knows how to calm me down when situations may look a little bit rough and maybe a little bit stressful, and he was talking to me and kept me calm and got me in the right mindset. So he had to do that pretty much all night. He had to keep talking to me because I was freaking out because like when we had that tire difference of like 30-something laps, I was so stressed. I was so stressed out. I was like, oh, I don't know if I could save enough tire. And then I watched those guys behind me diving it in, and I was like, oh, I think we might actually be able to make this work. They were just driving in so deep. And it just worked out. Oh man, my anxiety is gone. My stress is gone. Now we get to go fight for a championship. Oh, I'm excited.
Now
I'm just like, we need Sunday here already.
You literally, when looking from the outside in, we looked at where you were at in points. You were 8th of the 8.
Yeah, I was in a must win because we got caught in that lap 2 crash last week.
And usually that'll put a guy's nerves on edge. You literally had to have just ice water going through your veins the whole race.
Uh, I would like to say that I did, but the only reason I was as calm and as consistent was because of John. I mean, if it wasn't for John tonight, I don't think I win that race. If it wasn't for him having that call cool, like he was the one that was cold as ice. I was stressed the hell out.
Yeah, that's completely understandable, man. But I'll tell you what, you couldn't be more excited right now, and I know that, and I could hear it in your voice when you come in the booth tonight. Good luck to you at Homestead, and how much practice you think you might get in for that one?
um, I'll probably practice a little bit when I get home Friday. I don't really have time tonight, so I'm probably just gonna just nail a little bit of practice Friday night when I get home, and maybe a little bit Saturday, and then maybe another one on Sunday morning. So as much as I can get on a very limited time schedule, because
Right.
me driving a truck and everything, and me being gone during the week, so that's all I'm gonna have is just that little bit. So I'm gonna try and do as much as I could. An hour definitely helped me here, so give me a 2 hours in total was really big help versus going in completely blind like some of these races I have to do. Like
Right.
Phoenix, I didn't get any practice other than in the session. So, yeah, I'm gonna practice as much as I can, and hopefully we can walk away with the championship next week.
Man, that would be awesome. Judging on what you were pulled off here at Martinsville, it wouldn't surprise me a bit. You just
I
you had a dom you had the dominant car, and I seen that you were able to stretch that lead out, but man, when you got a 2.2 or 3 second lead and that caution comes out like that, it kind of takes a little air out of you, right?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely did. I mean, like this, the wind gets blown out of your sails whenever you have something like that happen. And I mean, it definitely does. I did. But like I said, I mean, all credit to John. I mean, if it wasn't for him talking to me and keeping me calm, I don't think I would have been able to pull it off. And we were going through just some of the things we could do. And one thing that I've learned over a lot of the years of watching racing and watching footage and, even watching old Martinsville races was, try and trick somebody, show them the nose like you're going to dive
Right.
bomb them. And that's what we did to Jesse, and it worked. I mean, I broke early, but made it look like I was going to go in there hard, and he went up the racetrack. And I mean, that was the deciding move right there. Was that one mistake and that one decision that I made to show him the nose, even though I had no intention of diving it.
Right.
So it's just a lot of experience, a lot of watching footage, and just having somebody that's really calm and cool and collected on the booth um, that can really help you through a lot of things. I mean, he's helped me through some really stressful races and been there with some really big moments. So hopefully next week I can finally get my first darn uh freaking league championship. I don't have one yet, so I'm hoping I get that monkey off my back.
Well, I think you're in a good position to do it. You lock yourself in at Martinsville in a dominating fashion. Joseph, you got anyone you want to thank while we got you in the booth here tonight, buddy?
Yeah, absolutely. First off, I want to say happy birthday to Kelsey's mom, Denise. Happy birthday. Your birthday was Monday. So I'm really glad that we were able to get this right around your birthday. So a little bit of a belated one, but happy birthday. Um, I want to thank redcamelracing.com. Check them out. Fire suits, shoes, all the safety equipment that you need. I rep every single race that I get to go to. Amazing equipment, awesome to wear, super comfortable. Go check them out at redcamelracing.com. Reaper Speed Lab, check them out. All your race setup needs that you need. Harpoondesign.com. As you see each and every week, I have that beautiful paint scheme on there thanks to Brantley. So check them out at harpoondesign.com. All the admins, you especially for putting on an awesome broadcast each and every week and letting me be excited in your booth.
Man, I appreciate that, and you earned it. I mean, you went out and earned it tonight. We're at a paperclip 1 mile short track, and you got it done. And
Yeah.
you did what you needed to do. You knew when this thing went green what needed to be done, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I only had one goal tonight, and that was to win because we couldn't make it on points, so that was all that mattered. And then we did that, and man, what a race!
Man, and you rocketed out on the start of the race. I know the 96 started off P1, but I think by the time we got through turn one, you were leading it.
Yeah, I don't know if he spun tires on that initial start or if he got jacked up or what he did, but I mean, he didn't go on the start because I saw him launch and then it just looked like I think he said that he spun tires and he apologized to the people behind him, and then I was just able to just hit my marks and keep that clean air on the nose.
Well, it worked out. You put on a great show. You made the fans happy that were watching you on the YouTube there. And congratulations. Go enjoy that one with your spotter.
Absolutely, we're definitely going to do that, and can't wait to. Hopefully, we're talking to one another next week.
Well, I'm going to talk to you next week at Homestead because you're going to be one of the 4 racing for a championship, and I hope to talk to you after it.
I hope so too. I really do. Hopefully, we're the ones holding the trophy, right?
Yep, that's the ultimate goal right there. But congratulations once again on locking yourself in there and winning here at Martinsville the way you did tonight.
Thanks, brother. You have a good one. Have a good, safe week, and I'll see you next weekend.
You too, man. So Joseph McWhorter, race winner right there. I'm going to go find our second place driver. Maybe. I didn't find him or my third place driver, actually. I'll hang out for a couple minutes and see if I could find him. But I'm going through Discord. I'd seen Bentley in there for a little bit, but he's, I guess for some of these guys it might be getting pretty late. I don't know. So I don't have a message yet on the definite top 4. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you my assessment from looking at the top 4 before this thing. And I'm going to figure out who the 4th driver is going to Homestead. I think I already know who it is, but based on the points, I'm going to say that the 4th driver... This isn't definite because I'm not the absolute points guy and does a points final here. So I'm going to shoot from the hip, and I'm going to tell you the 24-car Bentley Glacier, the 27-car Steve Yenish, the 73-car of Joseph McWhorter, and a 96-car Jesse Bennell. I'm going to say that's your Ford Homestead next week that are going to be racing for a title. We're going to go over the results real quick here. And then I'm going to call it a night because it's after 10 now, and it's on a Sunday. I'm getting a little bit tired. So let's pull the results up right here. We normally do the top 3, but second and third place guys didn't stick around tonight, so we're just going to pull them up in the results here. When I find my tab that does that. There we go right there. Your race winner once again on the recap. 73 car of Joseph McWhorter. P2 right here. 91 of Levi pulling back in third to 24. Bentley Glacier. And it'd been good to talk to the second and third place driver. I hate that I didn't get to tonight, but maybe next week after Homestead, my top 3 can hang around. 4th place tonight, 96 of Jesse Bennell. 72 of Jerry Cochran. The 3rd is in 5th. 46 of Ray Polking, and I might have just got the message there. So check the message there. Yep, I got it right on the top 4. So I got that message. It's Steve Yenish, Bentley Glacier, Joseph McWhorter, and Jesse Bennell. That's going to be your 4 racing for a title next week. And then we're going to get back to the results here tonight. So 6th place, the 46 of Ray Polking, back in 7th. Look at that. 75 of Chuck Sweeting going from 20th to 7th. He worked his way up quite a bit. You got Jeff Yenish in the 89, going to bring it home 8th. 9-car Adam Matson 9th, and back in 10th, the 52 of Jason Day. Let's go to our next 10. The 5-car Gary May right there. Whoa. I don't know what just happened. So it's going to show the results changed on me. So we're going to try that again. So 10th place changed. It's going to be the 40 of Charlie Woods. Now we'll switch to the next one. 11th to 75 of Chuck Sweeting. 12th to 24, Bentley Glacier. Jason Days, 52 and 13th to 72 of Jerry Cochran and 14th. 15th to 91 of Levi Poland. Patrick DeSaliners, 93 16th. 17th is the 89 of Jeff Yenish. Gary Mays, 5-car in 18th. And the 27 of Steve Yenish in 19th. Bailey Dutton in the 26 machine is going to round out the top 20. And that's going to do it for your results here at Martinsville Speedway with the American Sim Racing League Elite Series. The Martinsville 200. That's the complete race results right there. And we did our interview with the race winner. But once again, year 4. Racing for the championship are going to be Joseph McWhorter, 73, Jesse Bonnell in the 96, 27 car of Steve Yenish in the 96 car. Oh, well, I already did the 96. The 24 car is going to be the 4th car, Bentley Glacier. 3 of those drivers locked in off a win, and 1 of them locked in off of points, but you still got 4 really good drivers going for a championship next week, and we wish them the best of luck. It's been fun. Been a good broadcast. I'm Vern Bradley in the broadcast booth, and this is going to do it for Martinsville. Make sure you tune in. 8:20 p.m. Eastern next Sunday night as you watch the final race of the season right here with the American Sim Racing League, and we're going to crown a champion at the same time. Thank you